Hey everyone, today I'm here to show you how to bake another holiday treat. If you haven't already seen my other holiday videos, be sure to check them out for some other great Christmas baking ideas. Anyways, today we'll be making pinwheel cookies. These cookies look adorable and taste great too. Now you may think that they look a little bit complicated, but rest assured, as long as you have the patience to wait for the dough to be refrigerated in between your steps, then the cookies will definitely turn out great. Also, I made the cookies using one color dough mixed with plain dough, and I did two colors, red and green. However, if you'd like, you can combine the red and the green dough together into one cookie for a different type of spiraled look. Also, if you'd like a printable copy of the recipe to use while you're baking these cookies, then check out snugglebunny.com. To make your Christmas pinwheel cookies, you will need 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of unsalted butter at room temperature, 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and red and green food coloring. You will also need an electric mixer and a rolling pin. The first step is to stir in your flour with your baking powder and your salt. Use a fork to stir them all together. Now take your large bowl and you're going to place your butter inside. Pour in your sugar and beat it using an electric mixer. Now add in your vanilla as well as your egg. Now use a wooden spoon to add in your flour a little bit at a time. Once you've added a little bit of flour and stirred it in, use your electric mixer to beat the dough. Continue gradually adding the flour and beating it using your electric mixer until the dough has become crumbly. Use your hands to stick the dough together and form it into a ball. Divide your dough into 4 equal portions. We're only going to be working with 2 of these portions right now, so set those 2 aside in bowls and wrap up the others in plastic wrap and place them in the fridge. Now we're going to tint this dough using the food coloring. Place a few drops of food coloring over top of the dough and mix it in. Add more food coloring as is needed. You may also want to use your hands to knead the dough to ensure that the color is fully mixed in. Repeat the process with your other ball of dough, coloring it your second color. Wrap these balls of dough in plastic wrap and place them in the fridge along with your other ones. You will need to leave them in the fridge until they're firm, which will usually take at least 2 hours. Then you can start to roll them out. I've taped a piece of wax paper down to my counter to make it easier to roll. So we're going to take one of the pieces of dough, place another piece of wax paper over top, and use the rolling pin to roll it out. The trickiest part to do are the corners, so stop rolling frequently and use your hands to shape it more into a rectangle. Your goal is to try and get the corners as square as possible. Put extra pressure on the edges to get that extra dough into the corners. As you can see, it's starting to take shape. We're aiming for a rectangle that's about 6 inches by 9 inches. So when your rectangle looks like it's just about the right size, we're going to transfer it to a piece of saran wrap. So peel off the tape from your counter, lift up the dough from the bottom, and then just tip it over carefully onto your saran wrap and peel back. Now we're going to repeat the exact same process with the other color of dough. Okay, so once you've rolled out your second rectangle, take your first one and just slide it over top to make sure that it's the right size. That looks just about right. So now before we roll these together, we're actually going to transfer this rectangle onto another piece of wax paper, just so that it doesn't stick when we're doing the rolling. We're going to place the wax paper on top and flip it over and gently peel back. So now take the colored square, in this case we're using red, and gently lay it flat over top and peel back the saran wrap. So now just press it down gently, especially around the edges, and we're good to start rolling. So first decide whether you want your color to be on the outside, like the red, or if you want the white to be on the outside. So I think I'll have the red on the outside. So in that case, I'm going to need the red on the bottom. So we just do the wax paper flipping trick again. Now we start to roll carefully from one of the edges. Start rolling it with your thumb and pushing it upwards. Then once it's far enough up, start pushing it inwards with your forefingers and continue rolling slowly. And you should be left with a long tube that looks something like this. Give it a quick roll around and then seal it up with plastic wrap. Place your cookie log in the fridge for at least an hour, or if you're making these in advance, you can refrigerate for up to a week. When you're ready to bake your cookies, remove the log from the fridge and place it on a cutting board. Then take a knife to slice the cookies. We're going to make them about 1/2 centimeter or about 1/3 of an inch thick. Transfer all of your cookies to baking sheets and space them about 2 inches apart. Now bake the cookies at 300 degrees Fahrenheit in the center of your oven for 8 to 10 minutes. And this is the finished product. How did your holiday cookies turn out? Leave me a comment and let me know below. Also visit snugglebunny.com for a printable copy of the recipe. I'll see you soon with another holiday baking video. Bye for now.